A no commentary version of this run can be found in the pinned comment in the comments section below. This video is intended as a game walkthrough. It is not a speedrun. All strategies in this video were made for efficiency and success rate. Please watch the entire video and listen carefully to the commentary before trying any of these strategies for yourself.
Pandora tomorrow.
Hello everyone, this is a no damage, no kills, no alarms playthrough of Tom Clancy's Splinter Cell Pandora Tomorrow. This is the PC version on hard difficulty. Sam, you need to trim your nails, bro.
It wasn't your day.
Well, I wasn't very good in simulation.
The NSA just called me. We have a problem in East Timor.
What kind of problem?
A big one.
What is Douglas doing here?
That's exactly what you have to find out, sir. Fisher, welcome back to the front.
So first things first, this game was developed by Ubisoft Shanghai.
Your gun should always be your last resort. Invisibility is your best weapon. We've got a network of photocells on your suit connected to a visibility meter on your OPSAT. If the meter's at 3, you're lit up like Times Square.
So this game has a special kind of jank that is present in Ubisoft Shanghai Splinter Cell titles. First and most glaring one, and personal pet peeve of mine, is the fact that you have to hit the jump button in order to pull Sam's legs up, as opposed to holding the crouch button. so that there was like an association with his legs like in the original game. And also, the AI is exactly like the PlayStation 1 version of Splinter Cell. The original Splinter Cell. Sorry, the PS2 version. PS2 and GameCube version.
Before you infiltrate the embassy, let me reintroduce DP Brunton, our interagency consultant. He's got an update for the mission.
I'll keep it brief. I'm sure you know I'm excited to be part of the team. The Joint Chiefs want this mission kept non-lethal and alarms at flat zero. We can't endanger the hostages.
Understood. And with some due respect, leave anything Lambert can say to Lambert. I don't want the voices in my head to become a crowd.
Get inside the embassy. This situation is delicate and largely unknown, so walk softly.
So what they're saying about alarms is not just alarms at flat zero, but you actually cannot be seen, because if a guard aggroes, then what will happen is the guard will sound the alarm, as opposed to guards running and hitting alarm panels to trigger alarms. So because there's mines there, we have to go under that right there, and because there's mines in front of us, we have to shimmy over this way, although you could just jump over the mines from on top of that box, I think. But I'll get more into that later.
To a back door.
Avoid the main gate at all cost. Blueprints show an ornamental stream running beneath the entrance. Looks like a viable way in.
Be careful, Fisher. Your use of stealth is crucial to this operation.
But also, enemies can actually see broken lights from like a mile away. So sometimes it's just better to just not shoot lights at all.
The situation is getting worse in the embassy. They seem to be killing hostages now.
I've got a man in my way, Lambert. How flexible is my zero fatality mandate?
As a rock. In fact, we want you to make a new friend. From your onboards, that man looks like one of Sedano's lieutenants. Interrogate him. Find out what he knows about Sedano's defense parameters. The chatter we're sifting sounds bad but lacks specifics. Details on your OPSAT.
I need information.
I don't speak English.
I'd be willing to bet your neck that you do.
I know a little English.
Good to hear. I'm going inside to meet your friends. Anything I need to worry about?
They have guns.
I'm shocked and amazed. What else?
My men planted the mines on our way out. We had to escort to defend the village.
Escort who?
Nothing.
Escort who?
Ah! Nobody. I made a mistake.
Escort who?
Ah! I don't know his name. Somebody important to Sedano. He's got an American accent and one of his legs is fake. A bald man with dead eyes.
A fake leg?
Yes. Go ahead and kill me. That's all I know. Go ahead and kill me. That's all I know. Valum, you there? You have some light? Valum, you hear me?
We're just gonna hide over here and wait for this guy to go back inside. It's basically just a tutorial about, you know, guards looking for bodies and stuff. Oh yeah, by the way, if a guard finds a body, it will also trigger an alarm. So yeah, the difficulty in the Ubisoft Shanghai Splinter Cells is unreasonably ramped up, I would say. Thank God they fixed that in Chaos Theory. But it adds, like, quite a level of jank to the game, especially when enemies are able to see, like, they're just able to, like, they're like just glitchily see through things, essentially.
The flash notes confirm there was a hostage situation. Indonesian militants.
Yeah, but the hostages are somebody else's game. You're here for information. and especially the information held by Douglas. Shetland's your objective. We need to know how much data was lost.
We gotta mount the wall and shimmy over here.
Freeze, Fisher. Not a muscle. Sedono is right on top of you. If he sees you, this mission is over.
But why me? I didn't see anything.
But did you hear something?
No. Just Pandora tomorrow. And then a lot of gibberish.
Huh.
I couldn't understand any of it.
Give me a buzz.
Thank you. Thank you.
Is Shetland safely separated from the others?
Absolutely. Kim doesn't open the door unless I radio him. We should break his fingers if we want him to talk.
Yes, maybe. But do it quietly. And slowly.
The SWAT turn move, by the way, allows you to cross doorways without enemies seeing you. I think it only works if you're in complete darkness. But it sort of tricks the enemy's AI so that they can't, like, see you. And you want to get across a door pretty quickly.
Talk, damn you! Where is it? I only have to keep you alive. I don't have to keep you comfortable.
Shoot out the light, knock this dude out. He's also got 5.7 ammo. Good for breaking out lights.
It's been a while.
Fisher? My God, man, you're getting old.
You still in one piece?
Where are the rest of the SEALs?
I'm working alone. Haven't been Navy for a decade.
Then who you with?
I'm here on damage control. Just came to smash your computer.
Thank God. Oh, should I say the CIA?
Keep guessing.
I tried to destroy it, but who knows how much data they were able to pull down. I've consulted on security for targets all over the world. Who do you work for? Delta?
No. Staying anonymous.
Uh-huh. Maybe you've got a use for this storage device I pulled off the gorilla I killed.
Thanks. How'd you hide it from your guard?
Just wash your hands when you're done with it.
He keistered it. That's keister code right there.
It was PGP encrypted. Easy stuff.
For all the good it did us, the body text is gibberish. Brunton thinks it's a regional Indonesian dialect. We're looking for a translator.
But we got the sender's alias, Mortified Penguin, and 4 words in the body text: Redbeard, Saulnier, and Springfield.
My CIA people came through for us. The dialect is Timorese Mambay. There's an agency bureaucrat working in the embassy, an Indonesian linguist, a woman named Carlson.
First name Ingrid. She's being held in a tower off the garden behind the embassy grounds. Grimm's working on a way to contact her without alerting her guard. Carlson's your next objective. Details on your OPSAT.
So if you look at the alarm indicator on the top right of the visibility meter right there, you can see that there's dashes over it, which means that if enemies aggro, then they will not trigger an alarm. But otherwise, if there's a 0, a 1, if there's any number there at all, then it means that as soon as an enemy sees you, it'll trigger an alarm. But fortunately, they do not here. So our objective here is to just try to create darkness and try to sneak around. You don't want to be directly in front of an enemy, especially when they're aggroed like this. Every time an enemy stops moving, you can expect him to turn around, like do a 180 turn, like pretty much almost 100% of the time. I've seen very, very few occasions where they do not, but it's been kind of difficult to sort of figure out when those occasions are. Also in Pandora tomorrow, Fisher has a laser sight on his pistol. It does not make a reappearance in any other Splinter Cell games. So these guys are just like chilling. They're looking at the fire over there. Probably didn't even have to knock any of them out here, but I still did anyway because I didn't feel like taking any chances with how touch and go the AI is. shooting out these lights to make sure that the bodies are in complete darkness.
You're not gonna like this.
Chances are.
Security camera tap shows a lone guard overlooking the next courtyard wearing night vision goggles. There's an automated searchlight they haven't shut down. Should be blinding through night goggles.
You're telling me to stay in the light?
I said you wouldn't like it.
By the way, never look directly into spotlight type sources. So there's two types of lights. There's lights that illuminate the area, and then there's lights that function uniquely. They're basically spotlights. So if you have your night vision goggles turned on and you look directly into them, then you are completely blinded for about a second or more. It's pretty annoying. But yeah, like was said, you know, just look, stay in the light here. We're gonna go nice and slow once we get up here, because this guy is up here. I'm just gonna go ahead and knock him out so that I can run down the stairs later.
Ingrid.
You must be my blind date. I hope the bit with the flashlight helped.
It did, thanks.
I'm doing the best I can. This hasn't turned out to be the desk job I was hired for. I'm a word cruncher.
Word crunching's what I need, look.
Nice PDA. Are you saving up for the color model?
Can you read it?
It's phonetical Mambe. Not a native speaker, but fluent. Gives numbers for a meeting place. 4857 North. 0308 East. 18 hours. The only reference to the location is Solnier. That's not Mambe. It says they're only a few weeks from securing the ingredients for the Springfield demonstration. And that's it. It's signed, Mortified Penguin. Mortified Penguin?
Your guess is as good as mine, but I wouldn't recommend guessing. And while you're at it, forget everything you've seen, heard, and said. Are you going to be all right if I leave here?
Would you stay if I said no?
No. Why aren't you with the rest of the hostages?
It was Sedano's idea. He wanted to use me for translations, even negotiations if it comes to that.
Your file says you're CIA. Do you have any field training?
Just CPR. I'm a desk jockey.
Well done, Fisher. There's a nice synchronicity between those coordinates and the name Saulnier. Both match a cryogenics lab in Paris.
And we just got word from Delta. They're sending their boys in.
Which means you're off the leash. Merry Christmas, Fisher. Shoot all the gorillas you like. You have a quick exit downstairs at the base of the tower. Cohen is waiting for you in the village.
The Osprey can't land in the village. Cohen's afraid of being too good a target. Cut the power from all the spotlights in the village. They'll fly as low as possible to pick you up at the end of the pier.
How did you know I was coming?
There was a pop-up on the computer over there. It called me by my social security number and the nickname my parents had for me as a kid.
Huh.
Whoever your people are, they're good. They said somebody was coming and I shouldn't ask questions. And that was as far as they got before my guard saw it and smashed the computer. I can lock the door after you leave. I'll be fine.
So we have permission to actually kill people now, but we're trying to be as pacifistic as possible. The only time that I actually do kill anyone in this run is when it is absolutely required, according to specific mission parameters. And that is only at the end of the game. Yeah, by the way, enemies can see your red dot, so be careful with it. But for here, I had to shoot out all the lights here. There's one light coming from the window in there. Can't do anything about that. Also, this game's platforming is pretty touch and go as well. Try and crouch before we go off the ledge. That way we land in a crouch. Guard can't hear us land. So guards won't like fully aggro whenever they like guards will be like slightly suspicious whenever they hear things breaking around them. Obviously you don't want to overdo it. I think the magic number is like 3 light bulbs when they're in this aggro state where you hear the music before they actually start to aggro and, you know, call alarms and actually start firing at you. So just take it nice and easy. Now we got both the spotlights gone. We could bounce. Once we go around this corner, we can just run. The level is finished.
Rescued from the U.S. Embassy to Dili by Delta forces stationed at the nearby training grounds of the Timorese Defense Force. All but one of the hostages have been accounted for, though. Continue to voice protest at Japan's formation of an information self-defense force, promising sanctions of both. Responded to General Kellner's announcement of increased U.S. military presence in East Timor with cautious support, justifiably wary of the response from neighboring.
Welcome to Paris. You'll have time for sightseeing later.
Thanks, Lambert.
Grimm extracted enough from Saulnier's security systems to trace Mortified Penguin's movements, but we don't know why, what he wants, or who he is.
Is he still inside?
Hard to say. The man's cover is rock solid.
Are you saying he's CIA?
If he is, he's under deeper cover than I've ever seen. We've got intel linking him to at least a dozen French-Syrian terrorists.
As Mortified Penguin?
The email alias is all we've got. It's ridiculous, but that's probably the point. Like the smiley face on a cobra's hood.
So to start with the Saulnier level, we're going to shoot out these lights. I recommend that if you're going to shoot out lights when there's guards nearby, that you use the 5.7 instead of the SC-20K. So you use the pistol instead of the rifle, because the rifle is just a lot louder. But you can shoot out lights from further away with the SC-20K, and if you shoot them from far enough away, then enemies won't hear you. I only want to shoot out these last 3 lights over here, because the next set of guards doesn't actually trigger until further down, like once we get about over here. There's no way for me to get back on the train, so I just ran backwards and got on. Also, Sam Fisher just jumping on the rail like it's showtime on the subway in New York City. Showtime! Showtime! If you ride the D train, you'll know what I mean. So these guys here, yeah, they aggro super easy, so be extra careful. They're aggroing towards the broken light over there, so just drop off. And now we're inside the basement here. There's no guards here at the moment.
Good, you're in. Grimm's daughter suggests first accessing the security terminal on your floor, so she can investigate network activity in the complex.
She can't do it remotely.
No, the important files are off the grid. His case file says the founder was worried about the government stealing his client's files when the apocalypse rolls around.
Paranoia-based security.
That's our mantra.
Alright, so like I said, there's a guard around here. If you elbow a guard from the front, then it'll take 2 elbows to knock them out. We're just going to turn off the light. Don't worry, no enemies are going to come in here and turn on the light. If you turn off a light in a room where guards are set to patrol, then what they'll do is they'll just immediately go for the light switch. So you can use that opportunity to just slip on by while they're looking the other way, waiting for the door to close before we start picking the locks, because if guards sees us while we're trying to pick locks, then game over. We're going to turn off the light here so that the enemies can't see our silhouette when we come into the next room. In this room over here, this sort of...
Search every inch of the auditorium. We never know.
I'm not sure what kind of room this is. Looks like an auditorium of some kind. Anyway, we're gonna keep our back to the wall here until these guards come out. 1, 2, 3. Once 3 comes in, we're just gonna go nice and slow, just slip around the corner.
Confirmed. The basement is clear. I repeat, basement clear.
Alright, so right here, we're just going to use ring airfoils in order to stun these guys. Once we come in here, they're basically as good as aggroed. But we want to just use the ring airfoils to stun, so that we can just elbow them, because we have to stop them from destroying the computers. And then before we do anything else in that room, before we check any of the computers, we're going to turn out the rest of the lights in here. It won't be mission failed if we do. Lock is jammed. That's the next door we have to go through. It'll open up as soon as we access one of the computers.
I'm in.
Great work, Fisher. What do we got, Grim?
Let's see. Mortified Penguin cracked their system directories. Looks like all of his attention was focused on the client databases.
Meaning, he was looking for specific frozen dead men. What do the client databases say?
Nothing from here. It's a separate network. Oh my god.
What?
What?
The mercenaries just remote triggered a bomb timer.
Where is it?
The signal is coming from the boiler room, further down the corridor.
This is why we turn out the lights. Already one of them is going crazy because we shot out the lights before. I didn't take out that last light over there, like I should have. That guy goes through the door, so we can knock out his buddy.
That's not good.
But we also got to make sure that we shoot out any lights to hide the bodies. But don't worry, that guy's not gonna come back out. That's the exit door to the next part of the level, the next map in the level.
Okay, done.
Well done. Now you can access the database. That's 1 floor up, and your next objective.
Right, so you see that red dot on the wall right there? That's a motion detector. You have to go super slow, like as slow as you can go. Still shot out that light up there so that light doesn't bleed through. They can't see any shadows or silhouettes from rooms that I come out of. Generally good practice. Except I wasn't entirely focused on that.
That's not good.
Because like those guys are over there. We just want to try to shoot out all these lights over here. Then gonna use the disposable pick because there's too many guys here. There's too little time to be shooting out lights or to be picking the locks.
I think you were right. Looks like he's behind that big bolt-type door. The label on the monitor says Body Processing Room.
There's a lot of cameras in here. We're going to shoot them all out. But of course, these guys can see whenever we're shooting out lights, so...
I'm inside the client storage database.
I'm tapped. Taking a look-see. I see at least 8 clients Mortified Penguin pulled up in detail.
Anything in common?
All frozen in the last 6 months, and all cheapskates.
2, 4, 5, 7.
To the future, just their brains frozen. The low-end storage device is called an ND-133, vacuum-powered refrigeration.
Where did Mortified Penguin hit next?
Limited storage. It's where Saulnier stows all the ND-133s.
That sounds like your next objective, Fisher. Find us some French brains.
I won't promise anything.
Do your best. Details on your OPSAT.
There's another motion detector on the wall over here. I'm just gonna shoot out the light around this guy so that we don't have to hide the body. No guards are gonna come this direction. If you're in a room where no guards are going to come that direction, then you can save yourself a lot of time hiding bodies by simply shooting out the lights around the body. Because the game only does body sweeps every so often, and if it does a body sweep, the body sweep is only going to catch bodies that are still in the light. So if any part of a guard's body, or like any part of a guard or a civilian's body is in the light, then it will, then when the game does a body sweep, like once you've moved too far ahead, it'll count as an alarm. So the wall mines, just like in the original game, just hit the interact button whenever they turn green. For these guys, we're just going to ignore them and just move directly to the door. Don't bother with anything else. Equipping wall mines here for what? Why was I equipping wall mines? 7? No. 7, 4, 5. 7562.
I've got your French brains, Lambert.
So that's what happened to them.
Mortified dumped the clients and took the ND-133.
I guess we can assume he's not CIA, if he's willing to murder.
Murder frozen organs. You can't murder the dead.
Semantics. I think we've got a way to ID the Penguin. The security guard everybody's so excited about? His name is Francois Codebuff. Our intercepts suggest he got a lucky picture of Mortified Penguin with his cell phone, was wounded, and locked himself inside body processing.
Processing?
Where they pull the brains out of the skull. Introduce yourself to Mr. Codebuff, and get that phone.
We'll knock this guy out, and shoot out the lights around him, so that the body sweep doesn't catch him. Yeah, it's still pretty dubious. So, like, when there's these, like, white clouds, like, if it's, like, refrigeration or something like that, those usually actually, brighten up the room, even if the room is completely pitch black. But as long as the brightness doesn't go beyond, like, 1 nit, it's okay. Here's what we're gonna do now. We're far enough away that we can actually, like, shoot out these lights and be okay. But now they're aggroed. You don't want to knock out... If you're going to knock out guards, you better make sure that you knock both of them out at once. Because otherwise, if a guard sees that his friend is knocked out, he'll raise the alarm. They also stay aggroed for an absurdly long time.
What's that noise?
Unfortunately, I ran back here, and this guard was just, like, right outside the door, and he heard me. I don't know if he's, like, caught on a tether here or what, but... I just decided not to worry about it. It turns out he was on a tether, so not a big deal. His friend just ran.
I'm at the body processing room, and it looks like you were right. Norman said he wounded the guard, and there's blood on the door handle. Don't stop searching the rest of this dungeon, but I'm gonna need some help to get past this door. It's built like a vault.
I opted to just knock out the first guard and hit his friend with a sticky shocker, so that way they don't aggro each other, or they don't aggro off of each other. I think usually if a guard sees you, you have about 1 second to knock them out before they call an alarm. Maybe not even 1 second. It's like a lot shorter than that. Like maybe like a quarter of a second. Because they're just telepathic. It's stupid.
Stop it! It's obviously not working.
What would you suggest?
I'm sure there's some kind of fuel in this place we could use.
Take a look. We'll keep trying here. Maybe if we can't reach the guard, you can cook them.
Incapacitating all 3 guards here by using a diversion camera. I like diversion cameras, they're nice.
Please. I'm just doing my job.
I'm not here to add to your troubles. Are you badly hurt?
No. I'm living, I think. You are?
I'm from the phone company. There's been a recall.
What?
I'm gonna need to take your telephone.
I'm very confused.
Give me the phone, Francis.
So that's Mortified Penguin. Compliment Mr. Kodabuff on his photography.
We got a facial match off CIA databases. Norman Soth, U.S. citizen.
What's that ID code? Does it mean he's an agency asset?
No, it means they don't know.
I'm running him through Echelon. We could have a location on him within the hour.
Great work, everybody. Make yourself scarce, Fisher. Cohen's waiting outside for extraction.
Right.
Right what?
So in order to get out here, I was a little confused on where to go. That steam over there, we can't go through there, but yeah, you can shoot down there and like just... Actually, yeah, you do have to shoot that regardless so that the steam in here clears completely. And then this is the end of the level.
Additional 8,000 U.S. troops arrived in East Timor today in the biggest... Military intelligence released the information that Daradandoa leader Suadi Sadano was not only responsible but on site at the March 28th hostage crisis at the U.S. Embassy to East Timor. Headed by Abraham Zerkazy to reverse engineer the programs developed for the Georgian information crisis was declared a success by its UN. Sporadic clashes with Daradandoa guerrillas along the East Timor border. No
Those are Doom sound effects.
What do you think?
The world is small, nasty, and complicated, and everybody dies alone.
What do you think about Norman Soth?
He's small, nasty, and complicated. I guess how he'll die is up to him.
I don't think Soth even knows whether or not he's still working for the CIA.
I'm a good judge of character.
That must be why we get along so well.
Definitely the coolest mission in the game, I think.
Looks like you're in position. Soth is still your first and only objective. We need you to conversate the man face to face. The agency's got reams of data on him, but the man's history is a school of red herrings. Nobody knows whether he's a U.S. agent or a terrorist.
Those things aren't mutually exclusive.
Hippie. Until we know different, we're treating him as a friendly. So don't blow his cover. Any alarms mean mission over. If Soth sees you before you see him, the mission's over. Don't do anything to compromise him.
Does that include killing him?
Yeah. Leave him alive, if you don't mind. Updates on your OPSAT.
Another complication for you. Found the credit cards our man Poindexter, aka Soth, used to buy the train tickets.
What's the complication?
2 seats in coach. Looks like you have at least 2 terrorists mixed in with the civvies in the cheap seats.
But you're dealing with tight quarters. I wouldn't risk anything lethal. You don't have the room to maneuver if there are complications.
Baggage area, we're gonna shoot out this light. The terrorists decided to come right in. So we're gonna knock them right out.
Hello? Conductor? Does anybody know where the lights are?
And then I turn on this light, and then this overeager civilian over here is gonna come back here and try to turn on the lights. Another civilian with this exact same character model causes a similar complication during the final level of the game. I kind of wonder if they're the same guy. Anyhow, we're just going to go this way and not shoot out anything. We're just going to go nice and slow. The terrorist is sitting in the seat. We don't need to worry about him. He's not going to look for his friend. He ain't going to do nothing. Nice and easy.
Brunton's chums in the CIA came through for us.
Soth's right leg has more prosthetics in it than Lee Major's.
Apparently, he had a disagreement with a landmine.
Might register different on thermal.
Perfect.
Monsieur, you requested earplugs?
Ah, yes.
Don't shoot out any lights
Sorry,
here.
but I couldn't find any. If your neighbors start shouting again, please feel free to call me and I'll ask them to be quiet.
Thank you.
I'm very sorry.
Would have been better to do a SWAT turn in front of this guy's door. But because he got excited, we had to knock him out. We gotta move him far away from window as possible. But there's too much moonlight coming in through the window, so now I have to go back and properly hide him, because I don't like to take any chances with the way the AI works in this game. They'll aggro on a hair trigger if like 3 pixels of a body are not hidden. You get the idea.
Wake up, Poindexter.
First, you tell me, who are you?
I'm your Uncle Sam. Come to make sure you're still one of the good guys.
How do I trust you?
Your name's Norman Soth. Ask me about the chestnut tree.
Okay, fine. What are you doing here? If the men I'm with catch us talking, they'll kill us both.
Then make your Sedona story fast.
It's an agency job. The Joint Chiefs want a military presence in Indonesia, and I was part of the plan. That's all I can say.
Who's your runner?
Clifton Finch.
What about the cryogenics lab?
Sir?
What is it now?
You have a phone call.
Stay hidden and don't make a noise.
Sorry if I woke you. It's him.
Is this a fresh phone?
We put the chip in just an hour ago.
Good, let's go to the bar car. I don't want to talk here.
He was lying about his handler, wasn't he?
Yeah. Finch has been on sick leave for 16 months. Hack the laptop now. And trail Soft. Laser mic that call. We still can't risk blowing Soft's cover. Fisher, we need that phone call. Dime to $1, he's talking to Sedano.
Make absolutely sure you check Soth's laptop before you leave. If you don't, you fail the mission. As we come in here, we're just going to stay crouched down nice and easy.
It depends on our Mossad leak. I don't know, 80%, maybe 90%. I just have a bad feeling about this train. I think our cover's blown. Hold on. No, it's just a feeling I have. I don't think it's safe to talk right now. Okay, but make it fast. I'm glad. Stay worried. Shin Bet, are you kidding? I could barely believe Mossad, much less. Of course, of course. Always assume they know what you're doing. Exactly. It's a joke. Right. Mein Gott, I can walk. 4 more days, tops, then you're bulletproof. It's not safe to talk now. I need to get off this train. No, I can't. It's not possible. Of course. Till next time.
Good work. Grim?
Give me a sec. Focusing on the Timorese Mambe for expediency's sake. The new translator will take a few seconds to catch up.
Take your time.
There. Springfield demonstration. 80% plus fatalities. Custer would be proud. What the hell does that mean?
Nothing good. What about that?
Might be daily phone calls to delay release. Translator's still a little hinky.
Right. We've got enough to work with. Get topside, Fisher. We're pulling you out of there.
Wait for those 2 guards to leave, and then this 3rd guy is just going to chill here. Just going to go directly behind him, don't worry. Or maybe not. It's okay. We don't have to worry about alarms anymore.
Visitors, our cover's been blown. We're getting off the train now.
Alright, so.
Talk to me about level of force.
Run straight forward. Do not stop for anything.
Of Indonesia has submitted formal protests against supposed U.S. sorties across the Timorese border.
And if Indonesia's government continues to hamper our efforts to combat terror, we will make our displeasure known.
Has effectively driven the Daradandoa out of East Timor, crushing individual cells of guerrilla fighters. The situation in Indonesia should be resolved within. Have given U.S. troops for limited sorties onto Indonesian land, but only under supervision by...
Lambert, do you really think I need these 2 nannies? I'm a big boy, you know.
Sam, on this mission we have to work closely with the local authorities. It's related to the bank account we found on Salt's laptop. A large payment was made to a charity cover-up for a Syrian terrorist cell operating in Jerusalem.
I knew the Penguin was a benefactor, and...
You'll have more details once you get on site, big boy.
Here's a cultural opportunity for you. The birthplace of Judaism, Christianity, and Islam.
So this is where all that peace and love came from.
Exactly. Recent attacks have led authorities to put a curfew in place, which is what accounts for tonight's peace. In other words, you should have basically empty streets.
Great. The fewer civilians, the easier my job gets.
This looks like a touchy mission. Brunton is coordinating with local intelligence.
Mossad?
Even better. Shin Bet.
Spooky. Who are we torturing?
Just you. First thing you're going to need is to retrieve your SC-20K.
Wouldn't it make more sense just to give it to me?
We have the barrel altered to reduce sonic placement. Only one man with those skills in the area. An old arms dealer / CIA plant working out of the back of a small shop. He'll be waiting for you. Details on your OPSAT.
Was checking in to make sure his body was in complete darkness. I think my microphone might have been muted while I was trying to talk. I was trying to talk about diagonal movement, so like moving diagonally, in case for some reason the microphone didn't record it. I don't feel like we're recording it in case something happens. Diagonal movement will let you move a little bit faster than whatever the prescribed speed setting is.
מצד שני, המשטרה נראית מאוד מתוחה. בדיוק, הם כבר לא שולטים בכלום. אתה חושב שתהיה עוד התקפה הלילה? אני לא יודע, אבל עדיף שלא נשאר באזור העיר העתיקה. אני יודע, אשתי ואני חושבים לעבור חזרה לתל אביב. נראה שהמצב פחות מסוכן.
I read a translation for these guys. Basically, they're talking about how the streets are unsafe, blah blah blah.
Who? What do you want?
I think these guys can see you, but they won't like go after any like officers or anything like that. If they're like cowering in the corner, you don't actually have to worry about them triggering any alarms. Yeah, even though that shadow is completely covering that guy, a body sweep will still trigger. So if they're still conscious, but they're like hiding from you, and they're still like in the light, then don't worry about it because a body sweep will not do anything. There's no alarms that the civilians can trigger either. Gonna move around nice and wide over here. Want to make sure that this cop over here is KO'd. And after that, we'll take out this guy over here.
We just want the guns and the money, Saul.
We'll take your life too if we have to, but we don't want. We have no choice. We need to have them dead.
Yeah, just go ahead and elbow both of these guys. Like, if you elbow the first guy, the second guy will always try to run and grab Saul. So you take advantage of that.
It's Saul Berkowitz.
Oh, thank God you showed up when you did. You are Mr. Brunton's man, no?
Who were they?
Thieves. They shouldn't have been able to get this close to me. There must be something wrong with my security arrangements.
You've got something for me.
Yes. Only a small thanks compared to what I owe you.
Good. Feeling better with a warm gun in your hand?
Much thanks.
Your next objective is named Dahlia Tal. Brunton?
Ms. Dahlia Tal. She's a Shin Bet agent in deep cover with local terrorist cells.
She's our link to Norman Soth's terrorist connections. One of the choice nuggets of intel we pulled off Soth's laptop. Find Dahlia. She'll lead you to the mercenaries.
Hey, please. Can you tell me when the curfew ends?
Pulling out the handgun to knock out these lights.
Area this morning.
Was it serious?
Pretty serious, but less than the one last week. Now be quiet.
God, this city is becoming more and more dangerous.
This is the main reason I wanted to shoot out the light. It's because this guard will start walking this way. I wanted to get rid of him. You can hear people praying in the background. Do a SWAT turn in front of the door. Get past him. A female civilian will walk up in a second.
I think I see something.
Go ahead and let her come to us.
Who are you supposed to be?
That run.
Place anyway.
The curfew's not respected.
The officers here are suspicious. Means that I can't take the pipe up and circumvent them that way. There's another guy up there on the balcony. She's just running away all crazy like. But that's actually kind of good because the police officers have dispersed a little bit. So aggroing them will still trigger an alarm, and they'll still be like telepathically linked to their friend. I think. I don't know if like I don't know if that changes with range or anything. But as long as they're separated, that gives us enough room and enough leeway to actually be able to comfortably sneak around them and knock them out. Waiting for her to come back so that we can knock her out so that, you know, as we move along further, we don't have to worry about any guards, like, we don't have to worry about the police, like, doing anything that is any more unpredictable than the way they already act. Can't shoot out these TVs. Well, maybe I could. Maybe it was possible for me to smash out that window, but some of the glasses are bulletproof. Yeah, that poster over there, yeah, Jesus Christ, God, whatever, it's, you know, it's... They already said that there's a Christian area, so... I guess in this rendition of Jerusalem, they keep people of different religions in different areas. Sounds very contentious. Just trying to get down here without alerting any guards. Checking the lights. Crouch here. Go nice and slow in this area. These cops, they're pretty vigilant. We can't jump on top of the fruit stand right there. I think this segment was also before I remembered that whistling was a thing that does exist in this game. But I wanted him to just walk around in this general area so that we could knock him out. There we go. It was right about here that I discovered whistling. If you whistle, then a guard has about a 50% chance of going to your last known position. I was able to knock him out before he was able to turn around, because remember, whenever a guard is like in a searching pattern, whenever they stop walking, they will almost immediately do a 180-degree turn. Avoid shooting out any lights. We don't want to rock the boat. Gonna move over here nice and easy. Get ourselves back into some darkness. We don't got to worry about the other cop. Once we're climbing this pipe over here, we are solid for the rest of this segment. I did accidentally skip some dialogue here, because I was just too hyped to get this attempt that I totally forgot to like stop on this zip line.
I have a clear identification of Dahlia. She's waiting for you near the church. She's wearing a traditional white outfit. The code is there a special hour?
Before we do anything else, at the start of this segment, we're gonna use the SC-20K to pop out all the lights in the area.
Is there a special hour for the Mass?
Only in the morning. You took a long time. You're American. Who are you?
I'm friendly and looking for a friend of mine. You've seen this man?
I feel you wouldn't be asking unless I had.
What was he doing in Jerusalem?
Buying a weapon.
Details, details.
I don't know any. Something biological. The Syrians have supposedly had it for over a decade, but it was too dangerous to move until your friend came along with some kind of storage devices.
What was the deal?
Your friend got the biological agent. He gave the Syrians a small mountain of US currency and one of the storage devices.
Where are the Syrians? Where's the device?
I'll take you to the device, but stay out of sight. Anybody sees us together, and we'll be far from the only people killed.
Wait. You knew I was coming.
Sure. My people contacted me. Said that if you had any doubts, to mention the name D.P. Brunton.
What will you do when we reach the Syrians?
I'll get you inside to see them, and then drop out of sight. If you're able, I'd appreciate a lack of witnesses. Follow me, stay out of sight.
Generally, knocking people out causes more complications. So trying to leave the cop alone. Fortunately, this one was not telepathically linked to the others. Yeah, these guys won't count as bodies until you knock them out.
What are you doing on the street?
I'm sorry, officer. I'm heading home now.
The curfew is very clear. You're endangering yourself and others.
Of course. But my father, I have to take care of him since he was wounded in one of the attacks.
There's a little bit of light bleeding through that gate right there, so just trying to make absolutely sure that this police officer is in the dark. This guy over here just trying to knock him out while there's still darkness. These streetlights are completely blinding. They seem to got a little bit of that spotlight code in there. Though I'm not actually sure what triggers the actual, like, night vision goggle blindness thing. Gonna wait for this guy to come a lot closer to us, and then bam! And these guys over here, they're praying. Okay, so the floodlights actually do function as like spotlights.
Who did that?
Shooting out the lights over here. Pull this officer over. We don't want him to see us. I'm actually saving all of the SC20K stuff that I have for the third stage of the level. Because there's some combat in the later parts of the level. And I just figured saving them all for the third map was the best policy. Because I didn't want to be forced into a place where I actually had to kill people. We don't want to be running around in any light while this guy is facing us. So we're just going to wait him out. He's going to turn. Now's our chance. Go past this box. Stay to the left. He'll pause, then he'll walk some more. And then he's going to pause again. And then he's going to turn around, and we're just going to wait for him to walk right on by. I just pulled out my gun and put it away so that Fisher's character model would be facing directly where I wanted him to run. Because the thing about the turning in this game is if Fisher is facing the opposite direction and you press the button to move the opposite direction, Fisher has a silly little turn animation there.
What are you doing outside?
So I just wanted to make sure that
I'm so sorry.
it would get him.
I just had to take care
I'd
of
be able
my
to get
sick
him as
father.
quickly as I
He
could
was wounded in...
before he triggered an alarm.
We can't make exceptions. I'll have to insist you return to your house immediately.
Of course, officer. I'll be right on my way.
I'll escort you.
Excuse me?
These streets aren't safe, curfew or no. I'll walk you home to make sure you arrive quickly and safely.
That's not necessary.
I don't mind at all. Here, let's go.
That really won't be necessary.
Didn't want to take any chances with the guard that Dahlia just knocked out. It's all right, man. Dahlia's a big girl. She can take care of herself. Here, let's put you to bed over here.
Nicely done. Does this change our plan?
No. The biological sample will only be at the Shoshana warehouse for another few hours. We can't afford to let it get away. We just need to be more subtle. If I see you between here and the warehouse, I'll have to call off my part of the assignment.
Right. Is there a way I could get up on the roofs?
Yeah, that works. Over there, you should be able to get up. I'll meet you at the warehouse.
Yeah, these spotlights are absurdly bright. Well, not spotlights, street lights. But they might as well be spotlights. He's gonna walk back this way. That's our chance to start moving this way. He's gone all the way over there, so now we are clear to go into this alleyway. There's one more guard over here to the left.
Who is
We're gonna knock him out immediately. Unlike in the original Splinter Cell, you can't wall kick off of most walls. You can only wall kick when there's a place where you're scripted to be able to split, or scripted to be able to mantle up with like a split jump. They restricted your movement very heavily in Pandora tomorrow, sadly. I would have liked to have more options for movement in this game. So now we're just going to do this nice and slow because if we repel any faster, then the guard is going to hear us. We're also not going to shoot out the light above the guard. Not unless we want to keep the guard nice and predictable.
Whoever's there, come out with your hands
Whoever's there, come out with your hands up.
Yep. Well, the best laid plans of mice and men. Because this game has very, very glitchy detection. Even locking your frame rate to 30 will not fix it.
Oh, thank goodness, a police officer. You startled me.
You can't be...
I was so worried because of the curfew. Imagine the type of character you could run into out here.
You need to...
I'm sorry, but I really need to get home. I shouldn't be out past curfew.
Exactly, miss.
Thank you so much. Have a good night, officer.
trying to look for any other way around here, but this guard here is just going to be a dick and just sit here. Caught in between a rock and a hard place. But I was getting really tired of this segment. So I decided to knock his ass out. And I was like, you know what? If it turns out that I don't have enough resources by the time I get to the combat part of the level, I'll just reset. There's a lot of goodies in this area, though. We'll go to the very top of this tenement over here. Sticky shocker and another ring airfoil over here. There were also some more goodies downstairs, which I saw, but I did pick those up, right? Please tell me I picked those up. I did. Equipping the sticky shocker, reloading gun. Ready to go.
Who do the Syrians think you are?
A double agent. They think I'm betraying Mossad.
Why are you being so helpful?
Our governments are allies. Our enemies are yours.
You don't have to come to the warehouse. Teamwork isn't exactly mine. M.O.
You can take it up with your superiors. Brunton, I believe his name was. You can follow me from the shadows. You can follow me from the shadows. You ready? We're stirring up a nest of vipers here.
You want to come inside?
Not on your life.
Fisher, we need Dahlia Tal dead. Kill her. Don't think, just do it. Damn it, Fisher. We needed her dead.
Why?
Shin Bet's not playing a straight game.
It's not your job to question.
I'm going to need a little more warning to shoot unarmed women. Are we aborting the mission?
No, we can't. But you just dug yourself a deep pit to climb out of. Sign off, Brunton. We need to talk.
Get the sample as soon as possible. You're in a Fifth Freedom situation. All means are acceptable.
I hear get out of the way!
We'll use the ring airfoils on these guys. Before we knock out the second guy, I like to shoot out the light. Basically, these guys are like full aggro whenever we come in here. Don't worry, there's no alarms though. This last guy is going to run up. We're just going to hang out in the corner over here. As soon as he comes out around the corner, hit him with an airfoil, smack him in the head. All done.
What's that noise?
So you can see the alarms are just dashes over here. Means that we can play around with these guys a little bit. There's a lot of Syrian terrorists down here. But because the guards here cannot trigger alarms, what we can do is we can knock one guard out.
Where did that come from?
And then we can whistle his friend over to find his body, and then when he goes down to try and wake his friend up, we can also knock him out. But yeah, this is the trick. if the alarms are dashes, here's my trick to slowly taking out all the enemies. I'm just gonna whistle. We just leave one body as bait. You can't do this when there's an alarm counter, by the way, because if you do, then they see a dead body, they'll, well, dead, quote-unquote. If they see a body on the ground, then they will trigger an alarm. But because there's no alarms here to worry about, we are solid. So, wait for it. Oh man, he didn't actually see it. He just walked right around. And if he walks right around, then, well, that's our opportunity to just try to get behind him, but he is having quite a lot of trouble with his pathing. What's up, guy? Do you just live here now?
I found one of our guys knocked out.
There it is. So when he bends down, you have enough time to just clock him in the head. Ideally, I like to keep the bait body like right here in the center. Just trying to eke in a little bit more and whistle until one of them hears me. And then we're just going to kite him over to the body. Try to leave the body in just a little bit of light. Like this. Now he's going to investigate the body, and when he bends over, we'll go to the side or the back. Pow. But his friend woke up. So now we're going to move our guy over to the body pile over here. We're going to make a body pile because we can only deal with one body at a time. Keep whistling.
One of us has been attacked.
Now he's going to go investigate the body. When he starts running over to it, that's when he's locked into it. They'll always wake up their friends. When that happens, we just go knock out the other body. Here we go again. Pulling another. There's almost no places to hide down here, which is why I opted to just do this. He's moving around, his tracking is a little bugged, that's why he just like ran around a little bit before he actually like crouched down to check the body. If you do it fast enough, then you can knock him out and take his body away before his friend wakes up. but the idea is to keep luring them into, like, you know, the dark areas over there, so that you have room to maneuver without them actually, Man, I guess it's like every single light will just blind you then, huh? You got some flashbangs, you got some frags, but the stuff that we really want is over here. More airfoils. And a sticky shocker. This is the stuff that'll really come in handy during the siege section at the end of the level. Setting up another place where we can start kiting more people to the greatest sleep they've ever had in their entire lives. Better to use the 5-7 over here to break this light.
I hear footsteps.
Because that guard is right there. But even so. Just want him to come this way. And if he's not paying attention, we'll move a little bit closer to him and keep whistling. Keeping it nice and dark. Sometimes they can see you around corners, so be extra careful. You coming, buddy? Come on. Come on, man. No, not that way, you dumbass. Your eyes are playing tricks on you? Pretty sure that's how ears work. Your eyes just hear things. So we'll wait for him to walk by. Go down here. Pow. Easy. It is rather frustrating when the AI in this game does not cooperate. Sometimes you can smell sound. Sometimes you can hear colors too. If you've done that, then you have probably dropped a terminal amount of acid. And you need to go to a hospital immediately. Gonna try to lure this guy nice and easy.
I found one of our guys knocked out.
We're going to go as far away from these guys as possible so that the acoustics of the SC-20K don't reach them. Stay closer to the left-hand side on this walkway, by the way, because those lights over there. Try and stay as far away from the other guard as we can while trying to lure this guy. Until...
One of us has been attacked.
By the way, you can just dunk these guys into the water and they actually will not die. That guy is over there, so we're just gonna look around at any of the remaining guards. The remaining guards, that's right. That's how that word is pronounced. Remaining. So it's just these two guys left. We'll pop the light over here. How? The guard here that we saw a second ago has a pretty lengthy patrol pattern. We can't lure him back the other way because he'll see us. There's too much light in the other room. Can't do anything about that. So we gotta wait for him to turn around.
What is that?
Man, I was barely even making any noise and he still heard me.
I hear something.
Turns out there's three guys. Once I heard something, that's when I went backwards. I was looking at the wall. The last guy over there is not moving at all whatsoever. So he's just going to completely ignore us if we just like don't make any noise. And now we're going to get the ND-133.
We've got some bad intercepts, Fisher. You ever read the Chamberlain chapter of your history books?
No need to act cute.
Dahlia Tal is close and no doubt eager to repay your mercy.
Shinbet wants the ND-133 and knows there's no official repercussions for killing somebody who doesn't officially exist.
She's got sniper stats that could disprove Kennedy conspiracies, needless to say.
Yeah, you said jump and I didn't. When I get back to the States, I'll sit facing the corner in a cone hat.
You can equip the sticky shockers or you can equip the ring airfoils. I opted to equip the ring airfoils because I didn't want to waste a sticky shocker if I angled up a long-range shot and it didn't hit. Kind of went back and forth on this a lot. So there's Dahlia Tal and one of her friends up there. I was actually pretty proud of those shots. I was actually really just using the ring airfoils to line them up. But they hit. I won. All those guys got knocked out. There's 4 snipers around here total. We'll move over here next. Pull the sticky shocker. If a sticky shocker hits anywhere, it will knock out an enemy instantly, so that guy's done too. But we gotta create darkness here in this area because there's one more sniper way over there where the camera was facing just now. So I'm trying to stay in the dark in order to be able to shoot out these other lights before moving over to that area in order to try and take out the final guard, the final sniper. Yeah, I guess I'm pretty good at hitting things with sticky shockers from an absurdly far range. Takes a lot of practice.
You and Cohen can get out of there. Mission's complete.
You think that smallpox is the real thing?
I hope to God not. There's certainly been suggestions in Syrian intelligence that they've been developing agents. All we can do is let Bellagio do his job, and hope.
You think smallpox is the Springfield demonstration?
I don't want to guess. Meet Cohen and get out of there. Your soft spot for Dahlia has cost us more in the region than you can imagine.
Dandoa forces have claimed victory after U.S. troops have retreated from 2 engagements near the... released an official statement on their strategic withdrawal from the small skirmishes on... of Springfield, Texas after the non-voluntary smallpox vaccination. Health workers could not divulge...
They should tell us what they know. It's our lives.
Dramatic footage from Television Free Indonesia showing Dera Dandoa leader Suwadi Sadano apparently engaged in battle. It remains...
There's too much noise on the line. I'm not sure we'll be able to connect you to Sarah before we land.
We'll have the agency file on Pandora tomorrow, ready by the time you touch down. You're right. It's Sedano's insurance policy. If he misses a phone call, the virus gets released. We're vaccinating Springfield, Texas. But until we know how many other pox boxes there are, and where, Sedano is a glaring tripwire. We're going to have to tiptoe around him.
Did Grimm write these smallpox flash notes?
Yeah, she's a poet in her own way. But she makes an interesting point. We slip up in Indonesia, and those images could be illustrations of anywhere in America.
I'm sorry, Fisher. I can't get Sarah on the line.
I don't know what I'd say to her anyway.
This is going to be a complicated mission, Fisher. We're running it in cooperation with Displaced International, so your old friend Douglas Shetland will be local.
Good. I can work with Shetland. What's Shetland doing here?
A Ghost Army operation. He'll give you the brief.
Howdy, Shetland.
Fisher! My God, old man, you keep turning up in unexpected places. I'd hope the next place we met would have been stateside. I'd like to buy you a beer. See how Sarah's doing.
Let's leave home where it is. What's this Ghost Army business?
PSYOPs, a distraction.
What's my part?
Your handler should have your objectives. For my part, Sedano's plane in the yard near the village needs to be sabotaged.
Since I was going to be in the neighborhood anyway.
Much appreciated. I've got a dozen displaced snipers around the camp. You won't see them, but you better believe they're there.
It's good to see you again, Shetland. Once we're back home, we'll get that beer.
Glad to hear it. We need to have a talk about some work I might have for you.
I've already got an employer, and they hear everything we say.
Good. They should know a man with your skills deserves more money and autonomy. A man should fight any war but his own, especially in the America we've got today. Is there anything you can tell me about Sedano? Why his life's so valuable? My guys have had 24 chances to see what's on his mind with a sniper bullet.
Nope. Sorry again.
I've got a dozen itchy trigger fingers on that man. Real hard to keep saying no. You know everything you need to. I'll see you once the mission's complete. You know everything you need to. I'll see you once the mission's complete.
Did a quick save there so that I wouldn't have to go through all the dialogue again every time I reloaded. So once we roll through the marijuana plants here, we're going to crouch and wait for this guard to come out. Nice and easy. Pull him back in the tent. And kapow. Then we're going to move to the left over here. There's a couple of bottles. These guys have been drinking on the job, so we're going to use that to our advantage.
What the hell?
He saw a light went out. Then we're going to smash him upside the head with a bottle. Bottles are our absolute best friend in this section because we can use them to knock out enemies from pretty far away. A couple of ring airfoils here.
We've gone through 3 bottles on a 12-hour shift, so go and get another bottle.
Hell no, I don't want to get blown up.
And why are my chances any better than yours?
Because you helped lay the traps.
Not all of them. Besides, they're easy to spot.
Use thermal to see the trip mines.
I can't look for tripwires, I'm drunk.
I drank as much as you did.
So that should make you braver. Remember, you need to fix the broken mine.
Yeah, I'll do it now.
Be careful, man. Oh no! Hey man, are you alright?
Just gonna ignore both of them. They planted mines. They died for their stupid revolution. Once this guy turns around, we're gonna move a little closer. So we're hiding out in the tall grass, and it makes this a little more difficult to see, but that doesn't mean that, you know, we can just, you know, have enemies get like super close to us either. Alright, so once this guy's come back this way, as long as the circle's above his head, it means that he will get knocked the fuck out by a bottle. Takes him out nice and quiet. Once we come around the corner, once we see this truck, we're completely safe. But we still got to stay crouched, still got to stay ready to be slow by the time we enter this door over here. There's 2 more guards.
Should be close to Sedano's plane, Fisher.
Really?
There's a ring airfoil on the table there. We're going to wait for this guy to come over this way. They go nice and slow.
Plane ready to go?
No.
Sticky shocker, actually. Sticky shocker.
They're so slow today. We've been guarding this plane forever now.
Sedano is checking the place.
Go and double check the back of the plane. That'll keep you occupied.
Why? I just spent the last 4 hours verifying it.
Go!
Turn those back on!
Once we shut out the light, we're going to head over this way. There's a support beam that we can shimmy across. We want to get over to the other side of the plane. I have no clue how they saw me up here, but they did. They might have been looking up. If you crouch and move towards a ledge, then Sam will spin around and grab it on the way down. So watch out for that. And once that's done, we can drop, put a bomb on the plane, and then this guy will come into the room and then we'll sneak behind him. But you gotta be super careful. You gotta make sure that none of those guys are looking in the general direction of the door when we leave, because they will see you.
Why? Are you saying you don't support Sedano?
No, no. I've got an allergic reaction to machetes, which makes me a firm Daradandoa supporter.
Oh, I'm glad to have Sedano here. Suddenly feels like we have a cause beyond money. Somebody to follow.
Yeah, but so many executions.
It's only a process of refinement. Productivity is up, security is tighter. Just keep yourself useful and patriotic so you don't end up on the chopping block.
Once these guys are done talking, we're gonna walk over this way, or he's gonna walk over this way, and then we can just like move off the box and land on top of him and he'll get knocked out. Easy peasy. But before we do anything else, I'm going to take him this way. I'm not going to hide him in that corner over there. I'm going to hide him over here. Because in case something goes wrong with the other guard, I don't want him seeing this body and radioing it in.
Who is that?
Hit the switch object to open the gate here. Stay behind this piece of corrugated steel. The same shit that comes flying off in a hurricane in every single movie that has a hurricane. Pop out these 3 lights, then we'll go in here.
The dogs are acting weird.
They must be hungry.
I don't think so. There's something wrong. It's too quiet.
Hey you! Do you see something? Are they done with their speeches inside?
No, not yet.
You got some beer left up there?
No, then leave me alone.
There's only 3 guys in this area, but they're still pretty fixated on the lights. Go ahead and pull this guy back in here, knock him out. The other guy is gone pretty far away. I sort of half expected him to come back, but it's not worth bothering. There's nothing else in this, there's nothing else in this little, like, tent area worth grabbing. It's part of the camp worth grabbing. And the only one to actually hear that light pop was the guard on top of the tower here. I was like waiting to see if this guy would come back after his patrol, but it seems like he didn't, so eventually I ballsed up and decided to just go ahead and climb the ladder and end the map.
I'm inside the camp.
The core of your mission is Sedano. He's on site. We need you to locate and trail him. But again, don't let him spot you.
Pandora tomorrow?
That's the idea. We haven't been able to trace his daily insurance call remotely, so we're going to need you to get in there with a TEP. Fifth Freedom with Sedona Militia. But don't get spotted before tapping the phone. Updates on your OPSAT.
Just go ahead and equip the sticky cam as soon as this map starts.
Good afternoon.
It is, sir.
Things are going good.
After this guard over here circles around, we're just going to go directly behind him. and then under the walkway that the second guard went up. I was kind of hoping that other guard wouldn't have seen me, but it's okay. If he sees us just a little bit, it'll be okay.
Any complications?
Of course. Sedano changes the passcode for entry twice daily. He doesn't write it down. He gives it verbally to his 3 top lieutenants on site.
So I grab one and make him talk.
No. We need to stay discreet. We can't afford to have Sedano panic and skip a call. Use the sticky cam to overhear those conversations. Details on your OPSAT.
You can use your sticky cam to overhear the code.
How does it go?
Real good. We're ahead of schedule.
On?
Product.
We'll meet tonight. I want to review our distribution arms.
I'll be there.
Good. The code for the house today is 1492. Can you remember that?
Can you remember 1492. I got it.
Good. There's a colonial home overlooking the compound at the end of the village. That's where Sedano makes his Pandora tomorrow phone call. That's where you'll need to be to tap it. Trail him, so you'll be sure to be there on time.
So after we shoot that bulb, he's going to walk over there and he's going to check it, and that's our chance to go across here and into the other patch of grass over here. And then he'll turn around and then go that way. This behavior is 100% consistent, by the way. Just don't run too early. This way you don't have to go through the house. You can just go behind the pile of burning body bags over here. And wait for Sedano and his bodyguard to go in there. After Sedano and his guard go that way, we're just going to wait it out. This time, for some reason, they didn't even bother to stop to talk. But this is another place where you're supposed to be able to get the 1492 code. Just gonna pop out all the lights over here. And of course, if we see any bottles, you know what to do with them. But there aren't any bottles here, last I checked. Just give a little whistle. Also, in case you were wondering about the laser sight, there's no way to steady it. Aside from crouching. Crouching does make it move a little bit less. Popped out these lights, we're just going to whistle a little bit more. Get him over to this support beam over here if we can. Properly bug him out. But before we move any further, there is a dog. Sorry, Fido. Probably could have used a ring airfoil on that dog.
I'm concerned about security.
Sorry, chat.
We're in good shape. Though I wish you would stay out of plain sight.
Don't worry, I'm fine. Bullets can't find me.
Yes, but...
Any risk is worth the confidence my presence gives our men. And the anxiety it causes the West. Have you seen the news reports lately?
I don't watch TV.
And once Sedano and his bodyguard go into the building over there, we're going to pop the TV.
That's weird.
Can open this door over here.
What's that sound? The light broke.
We don't want to call out this other guard until we properly hide this body. But the other guy just didn't come this way. I'm just going to try and do what we can to try and lure him over. That means he's got to see us a little bit. So be it. Just show a little leg, Fisher. Come on. There we go. Here's the third part of the level.
Got a heads up for you from Grim.
We're going to be losing touch in a second. There must be copper coils or some kind of grid ahead of you. The refinery proper is a dead signal hole. Good luck with your airplane, pilot.
We're going to be out of contact as long as you're underground.
I'll try not to get too lonely.
Alright, so this guy's going to turn around and pop. Shoot out the light so that the body sweep doesn't get him. Fall down here. One more guard.
Something's moving.
But for some reason he was able to see me because buggy detection. Normally he doesn't see me. I was supposed to be able to get myself on that pillar. That light bulb's got moves. So next move, ring airfoil. We're gonna pop out this light.
Sounds different.
With the SC-20K, we need to do it with the SC-20K so that we lure the guards in that direction and also shut off the light.
Who's there?
Go nice and easy. That scientist over there will usually just turn around immediately. We can go over here, and as long as you don't make any other noise or do anything, it's all good. Just wait for the door to close.
Don't waste more time.
Sedano will punch in the code. Wait for his bodyguard to leave the room as well. After that, we have to deal with 2 more guards before we can talk to the CIA contact over here. We'll take out these lights, allowing us to get in completely undetected. We can't go to the right and grab the first guy. We can knock him out, maybe. Those guys in the other room are just gonna eternally be aggroed. I don't think there's any way to fix that, even if you drop the frame rate down to 30 frames. Decided to fire with the SC-20K in order to lure this guy back in this direction. Got my ring airfoils in case something fucked up happens. I want him to go over this way.
Something's moving.
This entire video game is held together with popsicle sticks and glue. The Ubisoft Shanghai Special. Try to hit him in the head with the ring airfoil round. But even then, it's only like maybe a 90% chance of knocking someone out. I got the other 10%.
Eternal dirt.
Thank God you found me, ignominious getaway.
I'm short on time. What do I need to know?
This name, Stanley Nakaryakov, Golden Triangle affiliated. He lives in the Lei Yuman district of Hong Kong. But don't broadcast it electronically. This part of the world is made of ears.
My encryption is solid.
I wouldn't count on it. There's more to Japan's ISDF than they're letting on.
How do you know?
I've seen 2 other, CIA resources disappear.
So how do you know it's the ISDF?
Money knows everything. The name is Stanley Nakaryakov. Got it?
Yeah, just one piece of advice. Don't take your plane. What are you doing down here?
It's the only secure place in the camp. They can't hear me down here.
The ISDF can't hear you?
No, the people who are using it. I can't talk. We can't be seen together.
Thermals are pretty good for shooting out lights.
Welcome back to Fresh Air.
Do you have the name?
Fisher, go tap that phone. We'll talk about the names later.
I usually like to kill these lights in case the light bleeds over and Sedano's bodyguard just like turns his head.
That noise is gonna break my ears. Seriously, they're ringing.
Nag, nag, nag.
I'm a musician. My ears are very sensitive. Why do they always give us this patrol?
What about me? I've got to listen to the constant gunfire and your constant complaining.
I feel like somebody's kicking me in the head.
Now there's an idea.
After these guys are done bickering, they're going to move over in that general direction. Got to give them a little bit more headway before we climb this pipe over here. This pipe is going to allow us to be very, very sneaky when infiltrating this building. The programming is super jank, but the levels are interesting in this game sometimes. Pull our legs up here. Well, this guard is, you know, they're doing firing practice. It's pretty noisy in here. But we gotta watch out for that guard over there, the guard with the balaclava, because he actually looks up. And he's looking up at the flickering light. If he looks up, he can see us, so we don't want to get anywhere near that flickering light. Otherwise, they'll see us moving around up there. We're just going to keep going and going and going until we're able to drop down. Drop down nice and quiet. This guy's practicing his taekwondo. Then we're gonna go behind this guy, pull him, shoot out the lights here. Take him over to the punching bag. This guy was coughing an awful lot when he was punching this punching bag.
Be careful. The access to the house isn't as easy as it seems. You should wait for darkness.
Once we go through this doorway over here, we're gonna whistle, bait this guy in here. Eventually he'll decide to come in, but his pathing is really weird. The pathing of all the guards is really weird. I'm not sure if that's a PC version thing or what. If it's a PC version thing, if it's a frame rate thing, no idea. But the way these guards move, they have no rhyme or reason for moving the way that they do. I'm just going to try to stay nice and far ahead of this guy. And then once he turns around, that's our chance. Kapow. If we can get him during that animation while he's turning to snap at us, then he won't ring an alarm. Now his friend. We don't want his friend to see his body, so hopefully he doesn't come any further than he is. He should turn around. That's our chance. We gotta watch out for the automatic turret over here. Shoot out the lights. Open the door. We'll take out these lights in here too. Generally want to stay away from the window in this room because guards are assholes.
Who's there?
They'll just see you if your light meter jumps up for like 1 frame. We still want to hold on to our like our sticky shockers and whatnot for the final area here. Because we do have to knock out some dudes. There's one more guard here. Very close to the end of the level. We can go here, climb this.
Code is 0526.
Turrets on either side.
173
1492 to get into the house.
3889. Pandora tomorrow. Good. Until tomorrow. It's me. Today's code is 0526 5173 337 3889. Pandora tomorrow. Good. It's me. Today's code is 0526 5173 337 3889. Pandora tomorrow. Good. It's
He's
me.
doing this 3 times,
Today's
4
code
times.
Is 0526 5173 337 3889. Pandora tomorrow. Good.
He's made multiple Pandora tomorrow phone calls, which means there's a lot of pox boxes. didn't wait for the door to close here.
What the hell?
So Sedano noticed the lights out. That door will close if you give it enough time, like the door that he went through in the far end of that hallway over there. Better to wait. Of course, we can't knock him out. Otherwise, we fail the mission. So there, the door is closed. Just getting rid of all the lights in the area, just in case he comes back in the room.
Good work, Fisher.
Yeah, so this next thing coming up, this trap, doesn't cause any damage to us. It's just funny. It doesn't make any sense.
What was this?
No idea. Are you okay?
Yeah, just electrified.
Brunton has a comm from Shetland. Says his snipers are in position. They're ready to fire. They'll only be able to take out men wearing red dots, so choose your moment carefully.
Yeah, this just causes hit stun for no reason. Can't even tell like what the electrified part of the floor is. It's freaking wood. Wood doesn't conduct electricity.
Fisher, freeze! Don't make a move. Shetland will take you out of there.
I'm under attack!
So these guys are going to be busy fighting the snipers, you know, just never mind the guy that's got a huge freaking rifle behind you. Just going to use ring airfoils to knock all these guys out. And the third guy got blocked by a tree, so had to roll up on him myself. By the way, be careful, because if the guard is still firing his gun when he falls, you can still take damage from that.
Outright mockery of the U.S. military's inability to either capture or kill Suadi Sadano. The guerrilla leader has appeared on the front lines of nearly every major being sold over the internet and have become popular across the world. Even their wearers seem largely unsure whether or not irony is.
I mean, it seems like we went to war without declaring anything, and a war we're kind of losing. I don't know what's...
Bringing the smallpox vaccination death toll to 6. Still no word from government officials regarding...
You're just about in position.
Right. I see the abandoned, but where's the shipyard?
Underground. The dock was made for submersibles.
Movement. I need a ground check in my sector. Sure it's not another bird, Has? It's all right. I'll take a look.
So now we're going to go this way. There's a trip mine right here. Once we come over here, we're going to use the SC-20K to take out that light over there. And then we'll go behind this building. Probably a little tough to see, sorry about that. Do a split jump, and then vault up. going to go this way, just hug the right-hand wall, and then we're going to go up the stairs, and as long as you don't stand in the center of the light over here, the guards outside will not see you. Let that guy stay asleep. There are some dogs here as well, but we're just going to make our way out of here before they even detect us. Do another split jump vault. And then we're going to drop down here. After this guy is done with target practice, we're going to SWAT turn across these two doors over here. Well, one door actually. The other door is too wide to do a SWAT turn. This guy's just going to sit at the table, so we're just going to sneak on by him and then climb up this pole. Could try to go through the front door, but it's like we're up here already, so just go through the trap door, turn on thermals. There's a moving laser grid. Then climb down this ladder and load up the next map.
GPS shows you're a stone's throw from the control room. Walk softly and use that technician. If you raise the sub yourself, you're gonna bring up a lot of Dara Dandoa who won't be happy to see you.
You're underestimating my charm.
The light broke.
Alright, so once we knock out all these lights over here, we're going to just whistle to lure this guy over. The first guy heard us, but the second guy didn't.
Is somebody shooting? That's weird.
Gonna pull this guy over this way and knock him out so that we have enough room to do the same thing for the next guy.
What the hell? Who is that? Show yourself.
Alright, so once this guy comes in here, nice and easy, knock him out. And that will let us get into the that'll let us get into the technician here, no problem. He's just sitting at the console. Then we just force him to use the thing, and then we move on to the next map.
Hi. How's your English?
Super!
Super. I need you to raise that submarine.
Why?
Because hurting people ruins my sweet disposition.
Yes, right away.
Thanks.
You're welcome.
Garrett, what's going on? We weren't supposed to surface for another 4 hours. Garrett, are you there? Answer me if you're there. Otherwise, I'm pulling the alarm.
Tell him we're kosher.
What?
Tell him nothing's wrong.
Okay. There's no problem. I had a warning light flash on the ballast tanks. I'll put you back under as soon as they're fixed.
Copy that. Thanks.
Please, don't hurt me.
Huh?
So I like to start this map by shooting out the light. There's no alarms here, so if a guard sees you, it's whatever. I also think we don't have to deal with any body sweeps. I think maybe body sweeps just like don't happen when there's like no alarms. That might be something that I should like look into later. Anyhow, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go ahead and send this gondola across, because if we go across on the gondola, then we'll be forced to take out all of these guards, and we don't want that. So we're going to crouch, and we're going to drop after we grab the ledge, and then grab onto this. And then we're going to wait for that guard to start moving. Then he's going to look to his subjective right. Except not really, and then, yeah, we're good. We're good.
Security personnel protocols. Inside that submarine, you're going to be outmanned and outgunned.
That's everywhere I go.
Probably for the better to just, like, as soon as you get down that ladder, to just go into this nook over here, so that you don't have to worry about waiting for this guard. You can just, like, go directly behind him and knock his ass out. We're gonna crouch over here, just like slow walk over here so we don't wake that guy up, and then once we get down here we have to do a SWAT turn, otherwise we get detected. Because we only get one alarm down here. We only get one alarm down here, and if we get seen, it's game over. So we have to do the SWAT turn there. This guy's going to mess around with his control panel. He's a colonel. We're going to scan him on the retinal scanner here.
I'm gonna go down a cup of coffee. I'll be back in a few minutes.
Can you bring me a cup?
No, you go. The equipment's too sensitive for us to drink in here.
We can just knock that guy out, and once he's knocked out, this other guy's just going to use the computer. We'll knock him out too. And then we use this computer over here and exit.
Great work, Fisher. What do we got, Grim?
Just need to find the terminal's ID number. There. Looks like we've got 5 subscribers, satellite phones.
U.S. numbers?
Yeah. Echelon's linking them to a private military corporation. Something called Displace.
We'll run a cross-check on their recent contracts. 5 PMCs line up pretty nicely with our 5 pox boxes.
What's my part?
Amityville time. Get out. If we got the pox boxes, then there's nothing stopping us. The Joint Chiefs will want to move fast. Rendezvous with Cohen. It's about time you introduced yourself to Sedano.
Right, so we're just going to blow up these barrels here. Make sure there aren't any more barrels, because your ring airfoil rounds, well, actually not ring airfoils, but sometimes the guards, if they're conking out, will accidentally shoot the barrels and kill themselves. We're trying to be nice. We're gonna wait for this guy to come up. Stay out of sight over here. Somehow he just sees us through the floor. It's kind of dumb. But against individual guards, if you have to knock one out at an awkward angle, that's what ring airfoils are for. Take the smoke grenade here too. Smoke grenades are our best friend for this section. Once we get down that stair over there, they're going to start shooting. They're just laying down cover fire. We're going to fire off 1 smoke grenade and let it bounce off of that box back there. And fire another smoke grenade. But you can also use diversion cameras. Diversion cameras are very good. There's 4 more guards here total. But on the off chance that they actually do aggro at us, we gotta be very careful. Trying to aim a little further up. Slightly incapacitated, now he's down. There's just 1 more guard back there. I don't trust the smoke grenade to not be bouncing around and whatnot, but I would still try it anyway. And got him. Oh, good question. What is that texture on the submarine? I think that's a bug. Yeah, it's looking kind of bugged out. Or I don't know, maybe they painted over it with their heroin money.
Whether or not the strategic airstrike in Kundang aimed at Sedano was successful, military intelligence marks a dramatic reversal in U.S. and coalition efforts in Indonesia. General Kellner predicted a favorable resolution within. Even if Sedano has survived, he's dropped so completely from public view that hostage taken by Sedano from the U.S. Embassy to Dili is still unaccounted for.
Yeah?
Operation ShadowNet is coming together better than anyone could have expected. Sedano's insurance policy is as good as canceled.
So what are the Joint Chiefs suggesting we do with Sedano?
We take him alive. We learned with Nicolaides how assassinated leaders tend to be stubborn ghosts.
Here we are. This could end it if Carlson comes through.
I trust her.
I don't.
First Dahlia, now Ingrid. Sometimes I think you don't like women.
Like isn't the word. But don't ask me about it and I won't tell. And I was right about Dahlia.
I met Carlson and Dilly. Looked in her eyes. She'll do fine.
Good luck. Give my regards to Sedano.
So this level...
You need to infiltrate the TV station first. This is where Ingrid and Sedano are.
Yeah, Brunton is just like solely a voice. You never actually see a picture of Brunton ever. You never see Brunton in any cutscenes. He's like a dumb additional character. I feel like the writing in this game, it's like, it has kind of a cool plot, but the writing in this game in general is just, like, not great. So this level is by and far, like, the most annoying level in the game, because there's a lot of weird scripted nonsense and a lot of jank. Trying really hard to smash that light bulb. This is the kind of jank that I'm talking about.
Strange.
But I'm also trying to avoid using my SC20K attachments in general. Although I probably could have actually just like bonked some dudes in the head with the sticky cameras. And I would have done all right that way. I didn't really do that enough in this entire playthrough of the game.
What is that?
I'll make a point to start doing that more in the future. Because the enemies do behave differently enough that smacking them in the head with sticky cameras is actually a more viable strat in some cases. So we're going to sit in this corner over here. If we go any closer, then they'll hear the SC20K fire. By doing this, we can knock these lights out and then just kind of crouch in. This guard over here will probably see like the broken light, but don't worry about it. We're just going to climb up these ladders.
Quiet. I hear something.
I want to take out this light too because I've had my shadow just like randomly bleed through, or I don't know, the guards can sometimes see you through walls. Like, no joke, I was like literally through that doorway up there and then one of the guards downstairs saw me.
Penyuk says your boys aren't wearing their headgear. That's right, sir. Night vision's not safe with the lightning. Flash-blinded snipers would be useless to you.
So how are we covering the parking lot?
We've got extra men down there. It should be fine.
So for this section over here, whenever you hear the thunder, it means the lightning is going to happen about a second later. So whenever you hear the thunder, that means get back into hiding immediately. For this guy over here, though, we can lure him in. Hey, buddy. Buddy. It's me, buddy. Hey, you want to know a secret? Want to increase the size of your penis? course I failed the arc on that throw, so now I gotta take him out the old-fashioned way. I was a little disappointed in myself for that one. We're going to take out as many streetlights as we can. By the way, the razor wire on top of the fence, invisible wall. You can't shoot any lights through the razor wire at the top of the fence. I haven't been able to find this other guard anywhere, but he already aggroed a little bit, so he already moved ahead. There's a smoke grenade in here. Also, one of the really bad things about this area is the wall under the fence here is only waist high, so we can't hide under it completely. Once that's done, we can't go that way because there's a turret. I don't recommend going that way because it's significantly harder anyhow. So the next best thing to do, we're going to take out every light around here so that no guards can see our silhouette as we climb over the fence. Then we got to go all the way up here. This fence is a little jank, by the way. If you find yourself not being able to climb up that left-hand side of the fence, try climbing a little bit more one fence to the right. And yeah, those ivies, totally bulletproof, by the way. We need to shoot out those 3 lights. Went behind the greenhouse here in order to avoid getting outed by a lightning flash. So we have about another minute or so to reach the manhole.
There's nothing here.
Just go the long way. It's good enough. I actually didn't check exactly the timing when the thunder and lightning would happen. So I just like kind of hung around the van over here. There it is. But you also got to pay attention to the guards that are like past the fence over there because they will see with the lightning flashes. And once that's done, we can just climb down the manhole, and that's it for this. Highly recommend making a save over here. You know, in general, I do not recommend this challenge just because of how touch and go the AI is in this game. So suffice it to say, if I ever come back to this game, I'm not doing a no kills, no alarm run. Well, I'll do a no alarm run, but I'm not doing it without kills. Trying to beat this game without killing anything is supremely annoying. It's not like in Chaos Theory or the original Splinter Cell, where the AI makes a lot more sense. Well, the AI in the original Splinter Cell is still kind of jank. So we got to take out the lights in this area and then take out the camera. There's going to be another guard in that other tunnel over there. I mean, this stage is actually mad easy if you actually kill things with the SC-20K. Just don't get spotted, bro. Also, you make noise when you're in the water here. That's why this guard keeps moving in a circle. I'm knocking them out and they're in the water, but they actually cannot die from like getting knocked out in the water. like they don't drown.
Sniper in position. Confirmed.
There's mines over there. Here's what I do for this section. As soon as that spotlight on the left goes back that way, I'm going to jump over. It's halfway across the fence, so if you time it just a little bit before you hit the center, then you can jump it. And then once this spotlight comes back, it will move down a little bit, enabling you to get through here without being seen. However, if you keep climbing while the spotlight is coming back to you, then you will get seen. Coming towards you from the front, you will not get seen. Coming towards you from behind, you will get seen. Just keep that in mind. Pow this guy. Knock him out. Body. The lightning flashes start happening again once we open this door here. Because like in that particular area, like the lightning flashes just happen. They're just scripted to happen in this area. It's literally the other side of that whole fenced-in area that we were in a second ago. So we get these ring airfoils here. Start kiting our friend in, but first we got to take out this light. There's 2 turrets way over yonder and just 2 guards right here. We don't have to worry about the turrets because there's an alternate way into the news station. Actually, it's the only way into the news station. I picked up an object without paying attention to what it was. I assumed it was the bottle, but I actually picked up the can here. It's a bit of a flub up. Let's try and turn on the light. Well, he felt that, but he didn't aggro to it. He's just confused. Oh yeah, one thing in this game that is like different from the original Splinter Cell is you can actually open doors while you have a body on your shoulders. So if you're carrying a body, you can open doors in Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow, which is good. I like that.
I hear something.
Now we got the bottle again. We're just gonna lure him back. Knocking out dudes with bottles is super, super easy. If there is a bottle in your vicinity and you need to knock people out, I highly recommend using a bottle. Just be very strategic about it, because you don't want any of these guys to get seen. Completely dark in here, just had to check the doorway to make sure that any light wouldn't bleed over.
Right to mistrust Miss Carlson. There's a reason for that wolf smell under the wool. She's an honest-to-God agent. A lot more than that hapless desk jockey she was playing.
That makes sense, if a bit far-fetched that she just happened to be in the right place to luck her way into being one of Sedona's hostages.
She was at the embassy looking for Salt. The agency needed to know whether or not he was still a viable asset.
I guess they got their answer.
I just didn't want a body sweep to catch that guy, although I don't think that there is a body sweep here. Now, just because I don't think there's a body sweep doesn't mean listen to me in this case.
Fought away from their shores. The Americans will never understand the cost of their rich, fat, blissful...
Let me know if there's a body check there or not in the comments section below, huh?
The sting of the terror the rest of the world bears for the sake of their affluence. Nothing can shake my faith that Indonesia is not alone. There are others in the world who will stand beside us, who will take the battle back into the home of the aggressors, as I stand here now unharmed, despite the best efforts of this world's so-called superpower. I know that resistance is possible. Their empire cannot extinguish the will of the whole world. Indonesia is not alone. And as long as they insist on threatening her sovereignty, America is not safe. The world will soon understand. Goodbye.
And now you need to find Carlson. Sedona's keeping her around as a translator and bargaining chip, but she can move through the station with relative freedom. We're hoping she can quietly get you close enough to Sedano to grab him alive. Sedano needs to be caught by surprise.
Section over here, royal pain in the ass. But, I decided to just reload segments in order to get past it. Because this section is super, super, super duper jank. In many, many, many ways. We're going to wait for that guy to go around a corner, and then we're going to do a split jump vault in order to get up to this vent over here. I'll equip the 5.7 to pop out some lights. We're going to go nice and quiet so we get to this pipe up here. This is a pretty cool way to get around these guys. But we can only go so far. Because the real dilemma is getting down once we've reached the other side. Because there's no grating on the catwalk over here. Why? No reason. We're just Ubisoft Shanghai and we really, really hate the player.
How much longer will this take?
20 minutes, at least. I told you my Hebrew's only passable.
Sedano's waiting for it.
I'm doing the best I can. Where did this come from?
You know I can't tell you that.
There's something in here about the Angel's X. I'm putting a note next to it that I don't know the translation. You might want to point that out to Sawadi.
Sure, sure. Just hurry up.
Now we're gonna grab this dude before he turns around. Pow. Pow. Whamash! He'll open this door. Take the sticky shocker. Flick off the light. Because we don't want any silhouettes. Complete darkness.
Who did that? Huh?
There was actually no reason to turn off the light. We wanted to sneak up and take out the guard first, but I slipped up a little bit. Wanted to double check and make sure there weren't any ring airfoils or sticky shockers I could pick up in here.
Hello, Ingrid.
You? I didn't think it would be you.
You knew somebody was coming?
I've managed a few brief exchanges with the agency, enough to know I need to get you close to Sedano.
Can you do that?
Yeah. There's a retinal scanner on the studio I've been authorized for.
You made yourself friendly fast.
Sure, Sedano's a sucker for a smiling woman. Would have been a different story if Soth were around. We've hired a chopper to pull Sedano out. If you can get him outside, we can get him back to the States.
Ingrid's a godsend.
I keep pinching myself.
Play along. Trail her to the warehouse. It's our best and only way to get at Sedano.
How much does Sedano trust you?
You'd be amazed.
How did that happen?
The only thing Sedano doesn't underestimate is his own charm. He's rallied a country in opposition of the world's superpower using nothing but charisma. It didn't take much more than letting him think he had charmed me.
What about Soth?
He's the part of the game that scares me the most.
Why should he risk so much for Indonesia?
It's not for Indonesia, it's against America. He thinks he was personally betrayed. He hasn't been back in Jakarta since the war began, if they're admitting this is a war yet.
They're still calling it an incident. There's 1,000 bomb minimum on wars.
If Soth comes back, I'm sunk. I know he's got resources inside the agency. He wouldn't have to go out of his way to find out I've got field agent training.
Do you know where Soth is now?
If I did, he'd be about 6 feet lower. Follow me, but keep your distance. I'll wait for you when I get to the retinal scanner.
Did a quick save over here because this section super duper jank. We'll let Ingrid go that way, and then we're going to head back this way. We're going to use this curtain over here to our advantage, right? So we're going to wait and make sure that both guards are looking the other way, and then make a break for it. Then we can go through this door, and we're not in the clear yet, though. We're gonna wait this out over here. This guard's gonna turn around. But we have to make sure that he's walking away for quite some distance because he can actually hear the door open behind him. Why this guy and not any other guard in the game? I don't know. This is another place we absolutely need to save, by the way. Because the guards here... Now, if you thought anything else in the game was jank, this is even janker.
Ed, I'm going in the right-hand tunnel. You'll have to take the left-hand path. I might get slowed down with the guard, so wait for me on the other side.
We just intercepted a call from South. He blew Miss Carlson's cover.
Yes, Sedano knows she's CIA. Any one of these guerrillas might gun her down. Don't let that happen.
Good evening. I don't think we've met yet.
I've seen you with Sedano before. My name's Kim.
Nice to meet you. I'm Ingrid.
Yeah, I know.
Mind if I go inside? I need to give a few papers to Sawadi.
I'm not authorized for this retinal scanner.
That's no problem. I am.
Oh, well then I guess... Just a second. Yeah? Okay, I'm listening. Sure, right now. No, I'm looking at her. Are you sure? What should I do? Yes, sir. I understand, sir.
Yeah, so once he takes Ingrid, we're just going to use a couple of ring airfoil rounds and knock them out. Just, you know, shoot them at their heads. And sticky shockers from this point on. As long as we use ring airfoils, as long as we wait for that dialogue to finish and they, like, take Ingrid hostage, then none of the other guards will, like, immediately, like, aggro. So then we're just going to go to the other end of the hallway here. Wait for this guy to come around. Zap him before he fires. These guys are still none the wiser, but we don't want to take any chances with going that way because those guys actually have night vision goggles. But they don't see too terribly far with those night vision goggles. So that guy's done. We have to take out the third guy before he sees any of the other guards that have been knocked out. Yeah, this guy is over here. I don't want to take the risk of him turning around just randomly, so I decided to just use the smoke bomb here. Probably could have used the smoke grenades a little more, actually, but we don't want to knock out Ingrid. And before we proceed, we also need to hide these bodies. Grab this guy and yeah, so now we can continue.
Hey, it's my guardian angel. Thanks.
Are you all right?
Still breathing. Here, I'll open the door.
Once I have Sedona, where do I meet you?
The roof. Not the most subtle option in the world, but we're not using a military chopper. So hopefully we'll have the chance to slip by. Follow me, but keep your distance. I'll wait for you when I get to the retinal scanner.
So if you reload a save after this, the game tends to crash. Be careful.
I need men in the studio now! Sedano's taping immediately!
I know your local intercept grabbed that, but you need to hightail it to the recording studio.
I'm getting a glut of side chatter about escape routes.
The studio's likely to be your last chance to grab Sedano. If he gets out, he'll either vanish or be killed, neither of which we can afford.
Shot out that light over there to lure this guy in. But he's not really doing a whole lot now, is he? So I decided to ring him and pull him into the darkness over here. And this guy over here, well, we could use the retinal scanner with him. But we also can't exactly sneak behind him either, so... Gotta get him into the darkness. It looks like you could sneak behind him, but trust me, you can't, because he'll be, like, craning his head everywhere. And he'll see you if you try to, like, go into the vent over here. So in order to get into this vent, we're just gonna climb this pipe. Shimmy across this, I don't actually know what you call these things. Whatever, you shimmy across it. And then you go into the vent. We gotta wait for all these guys to get into position. And then once Sedano starts moving backwards, that's when they're going to roll the camera. So that's when I'm gonna make my next save. Oh, beam! Beam. That's what those things were called. The thing that I climbed across. Beam.
Sound, speed, and we're rolling. Tape for distribution May 1st, 2006, take 4.
Citizens of the world, I am alive and well, and closer than you think. It has been 10 days since the date claimed to be that of my death by the US government. It has been a week since the regrettably necessary release of the smallpox virus on US land. I hope that by suffering, the people of America understand a little bit of the suffering that the rest of the world must endure for the sake of American excess. The Americans will never capture me. They will never kill me. They will never find Sahadi Sedano, and they will never be safe. America will be held accountable. They will be watched, and they will be punished. And we will keep punishing America until she learns or she crumbles.
And cut. Good. What do you think?
I'm not sure I should have called smallpox regrettable.
Do you want to do it again, or a third version without mentioning the pox?
No, I don't have time. It will do. Ready, my men. We are leaving.
And once we say we are leaving, quote unquote, that's when we're going to gas those guys over there. And as long as Sedano doesn't go anywhere near the gas, it should be okay. Just try to move away. Yeah, Sedano will... I think Sedano will actually kill Fisher in one shot. Because he just, like, headshots. I wasn't very careful and I missed that shot back there. But we also can't use the diversion cameras, because if we do, we run the risk of knocking out Sedano, and we cannot have Sedano knocked out. This is what our flashbang is for, by the way.
I'm under attack.
Got really lucky knocking out that last guy, because I had run out of things that I could use to incapacitate these dudes. And Sedano, lucky for me, was right below me, so toss the flashbang to stun him long enough to grab him.
Howdy.
Go ahead. I'm ready.
But we only just met.
Kill me. I'm not afraid.
No such luck. Where's the last smallpox sample?
Who says there's only one more?
You do if I squeeze hard enough. Where and how many?
Next door. Hundreds.
Where's the smallpox?
Everywhere. Do you have children?
Where's the smallpox?
Ha! How many children? Where are they now?
Great work, Fisher. You're well on track to becoming history's most prolific unknown author of world events.
If I had any blood left, I'm sure I'd be blushing. Is Ingrid in position on the roof?
That's right. And the helicopter, too. Keep Sedano conscious until you've made visual contact with Carlson.
Can I get a confirmation, Fisher? Sedano's alive and you've got him?
Yes.
Fantastic. Don't worry about leaving a mess behind you on your way out. We're arranging to sweep up after you're gone.
We're not in the clear yet. Get Sedano to the roof. Ingrid's waiting.
The questioning only gets worse once I'm gone.
I'm not afraid of pain.
You can learn.
You can learn from pain, huh? Maybe once America has suffered, she will start to learn. I know it's too late for you, but maybe your children.
You don't learn so quickly.
I'm ready. Kill me. Go ahead. My scars will be a roadmap of American sins.
Here. I would have gift wrapped him, but I couldn't find any duct tape.
It always shocks me how young he looks. Like a little kid compared to his face on television.
You honestly liked him?
No. Respect maybe, but I know he's a monster. He has a child's idea of war. Can't tell the difference between a citizen and a soldier. He thinks the whole world is a morally viable target.
There's only one nation on the planet fighting the whole world.
Huh. Whose side are you on?
You know I can't say that.
Yeah, I know. I don't know who you are or how you do what you do, but thank you. I hope we can work together again.
Sedano's capture by U.S. intelligence effectively marks the end of the incident in Indonesia, securing for the Timorese. Intelligence has confirmed Suwadi Sedano's connections to so-called Golden Triangle heroin, has agreed to a U.S. military presence in East Timor as defined by Timorese government. This beginning of what the Bowers administration hopes will
cannot underestimate the cost of democracy, nor overestimate the costs of the alternative.
Are we sure it's soft?
The echelon match from the airport security cameras only had a 2% margin of error.
So this is our last pox box. If soft decompresses it, our first cycle of infection will be in the thousands. And nearly impossible to quarantine.
What does Soth get out of it? Sedano's already finished.
And what else?
He's already got the device on site. We spook him in the slightest, and he sets it off. It's down to you, Fisher.
Man, Fisher moves like a ninja. That was cool.
Your ride is just about here. A cargo truck that should get you through security and into LAX.
I've arranged for a small distraction. If it comes together, it should open a small window of opportunity.
You make my job too easy.
Just respecting my elders.
And if anybody sees you, you've lost your ride and the mission's over before it begins.
You've always had a talent for the obvious, Lambert.
Yeah, I would say this level is probably like the one level that, quote, isn't that bad, unquote.
What's going on? They usually don't check me until the next point.
Damned if I know. Just found it in my task register.
That's weird. I'll see you around.
Yeah, take it easy.
All right, Fisher. You're inside LAX.
You're kidding. That was way too easy.
Basically, we've got gaps in the armor. And you're not the only visitor that slipped through.
Soth.
And the last ND-133, and a handful of hired mercenaries disguised as LAX employees. I'd be willing to bet they're still fresh from a smallpox vaccination, so you may be able to ID them by their higher than normal body temperature.
We have no choice. We need to have them dead.
So starting from here, we have a police officer and a dog to deal with. This is the one level where you are absolutely forced to kill people in order to pass. So I don't count these against my, against the no kills part of the challenge. So the dog's found a trail. We're just going to use a ring airfoil to knock him out. God, I really wish I used a ring airfoil to knock the dog out in that other level, that other Indonesia level. After we knock him out, we're just gonna nice and easy. What our guard doing? Just go ahead and shoot out the light over there. After we knock his ass out, we're going to go over this way. Reason being, because this guard over here has dialogue if you interrogate him, so I wanted to catch that.
That's not good.
We're going to try and lure him out of there. We don't want him to radio anyone, though, because he will. Because we're at a spot where, you know, if the terrorists see you, then they will radio in an alarm immediately. Slight incapacitation, grab.
Even if you tried to shout, nobody could hear you.
I won't.
Good. Who do you work for?
Los Angeles International. Ah!
Your lies will get more painful as we go. Who do you work for?
I'm a citizen of the world.
That wasn't my question.
You can kill me, but you can't stop us.
Where's the ND-133?
You know?
Surprise. Where is it?
My employer... Kill me. Kill me and then kill yourself. I won't talk, and you don't want to die by the pox.
You don't look so hot.
How would you feel with a gun to your head?
You were sweating before I even grabbed you.
It's the vaccination. It's how we walk out of here after the virus is released.
but it leaves a fever.
Give up. You're far from the only war criminal who'll die today. That's all you get out of me.
Great. Grim, you got anything on how they're communicating?
Yeah, it's an ultra-wideband local network, node-based. They've got 10 members online, including Soth.
Then we're looking at 9 terrorists you're going to need to neutralize before you find Soth.
If all of Soth's men have been vaccinated for smallpox within the last 10 days, then it's a safe bet they're running a few degrees hotter.
There's a lot of goodies in this closet over here, as well as the body of the guy that this terrorist replaced.
Is somebody there?
But yeah, these terrorists, they're citizens of the world. They are sovereign citizens.
Nothing works today.
They do not consent.
Hey Mark, what's going on with this door?
1387 to open this door.
Hey,
Flick off this light. Wait for this guy to go by. They'll have to trigger the alarm, like actually trigger the alarm manually in order for it to count against you. Because we're far enough away, we can actually just be shooting out all these lights from over here. The terrorist is a little bit suspicious. There's one regular dude and one terrorist in here.
Holy!
These guys don't have any dialogue, so just go ahead and send them to meet their makers. This guy over here, this freaking Kramer head looking ass. That guy, also a terrorist. By the way, in between the steel girders close to the ceiling, it's like it looks like there's gaps in between them, but there's actually not. They did not do a very good job of coding the hit detection for a lot of the level environments, unfortunately. So there's invisible walls in between the girders. Even though you can see the lights like right through them, there's invisible walls.
Hell?
We might become paranoid. What is it?
We definitely want to knock this guy out, because if he hears us firing the SC-20K to kill the terrorist over here, then he will hit the alarm.
Maybe I was seeing things.
We gotta knock out this cop before we can take out the terrorist.
Great work, Fisher.
So there's a total of 6 terrorists in this area. All done. But I'm still going to shoot out these lights because the lights often bleed past where their shadows look like they are. So just got to make sure that all the bodies, whenever I like walk over each individual part of them, that they're under level 1 brightness. Also, there's another dead body. We're going to be seeing quite a few of those. Actually, just 2 of them, really. I wasn't able to find any more dead bodies. But before we proceed, we also got to get more items. There's some more goodies that we can pick up that I just didn't pick up on the first pass. A diversion camera and another ring airfoil. shooting that light out to make absolutely sure. Now we're going through this part of baggage control here. Baggage claim. In order to get past here, we're just going to crouch behind this luggage right here. The guard on the other side of the window will completely ignore us. But apparently he hasn't really been doing a very good job of examining the bags, because some of these backpacks have gone interdimensional, as you can see. Yeah, things break in very bizarre ways in this game. Motion tweening do be like that sometimes. So we're gonna shoot a diversion cam in through that window over there. Hey, buddy. Buddy, 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 buddy. Go to sleep. Another smoke grenade, and we're coming up on the final map. Just double checking to make sure that there wasn't anything else. Recommend equipping a sticky cam here, by the way, so that you can launch it ahead of this next terrorist
Fisher,
coming up.
we have additional intel.
Because it's quiet.
It seems they have 2 more terrorists who have infiltrated the waiting zone in the office area.
Fisher, you cannot leave any terrorists behind. This will jeopardize the rest of the mission.
This guy did not get knocked out. Yeah, this was definitely the guy who complained about the light going out.
We have no choice.
Hello?
We need to have them dead.
If you go through this door without killing the terrorist, then it's game over. It'll be just straight up mission failed. And there, let's just knock that guy out. By the way, you can't really hide any bodies in this room. Like, you just can't. I tried. It didn't work. Let's take our sticky cameras back. Yeah, I can't really hide them over here either, because it gets awfully bright over here. And you can't shoot out those lights either. Just doing my damnedest to hide these bodies. I don't trust hiding them here either. But yep, the terrorists, they have to be killed. I will reiterate, if you do not kill a terrorist whenever Lambert or Brunton say that there is one still alive, then it's game over. Like, the game will force you into a fail state. Like, straight up game over. 5325 to open this door over here. Use the SC-20K to shoot all these out. Then there's another terrorist in this room right here.
Of course. No, that's not what I meant. I didn't mean to suggest that at all. If you could just tell me your original destination. I understand that. I understand that. I'm not arguing that with you, ma'am. If you could tell me your original destination, maybe... Of course, ma'am. Albuquerque. But unless you tell me... Yes, Albuquerque. I'm not arguing that with you. Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
Listen, the other line is ringing. Could I... Sorry. Sorry. I understand that, and I'm trying to... Just a second. Sorry. If you could just tell me your original destination. Of course, ma'am. Albuquerque.
Albuquerque.
You're going to tell me exactly what you are supposed to do here.
It's a mistake. I'm not who you think I am.
Interesting. And who do I think you are then?
Stop! You're making a mistake!
By killing you? Probably not. Speak to me.
The boss is about to widespread it from the catwalk. I don't know anything else.
Indeed.
We have to bring the terrorist into this hallway over here and let the door close. Because if we do not, then the guy on the phone, Albuquerque.
Good work, Fisher. That takes care of all but Soth's men.
And the chatter looks like they're with Soth.
We're nearly certain he's in the catwalks above passenger ticketing. Work your way up there and find him. Neutralize him and the others, and retrieve the ND-133.
Aw, crap. He heard us. Albuquerque. We have to knock him out immediately. Albuquerque. Otherwise he'll trigger the alarm. Albuquerque. But it's okay, because we can shoot out the light around him. Albuquerque. Once we get out of here, there's going to be a meeting wrapping up in the other room down the hall. I'm trying to shoot out all these lights before we proceed, because otherwise they will see us and trigger an alarm. I don't know if those running lights over there will actually are actually able to be destroyed. Once we destroy all these lights over here,
Who's that?
we can just knock them. We can just knock these guys out. Trying to get far enough away so that he doesn't hear gunfire.
We have an indication where Soth could be. He seems to have entered the ticketing area just below you.
Fisher, we need confirmation on this. Locate Soth in the ticketing area. We need to ID him.
Fisher, spot Soth in the area below using your thermal and binoculars.
Okay, we've got him.
Affirmative. He's carrying the last ND-133 box.
Bro's so unhappy about losing his leg that he has to give everyone smallpox.
Elevator stopped.
Thanks, Lambert.
Soft's men cut the power from above.
Cutting off potential interruptions. You need to get up there fast.
If you can smash your way through the emergency exit, there's a crawl space that will let you up onto the catwalks.
Get to it. We don't have much time.
Pulling out the gun to line ourselves up. Then what I like to do is climb all the way up here. And then I like to hit the crouch button to, well, he automatically turned around here. Wasn't supposed to. Hit the spacebar, grab. Once we flip around, get down, climb.
It's me.
Crouch.
How's the board look? Just incoming flights. We've discussed this. Right. What about our Midway and Vegas flights? I don't want to release until they're disembarked. Yes, but are they off the plane yet? Excellent. Only a few minutes now. Out.
This really doesn't look like an accident to me.
The security guys already looked at it.
You'd need a cold chisel to shear these bolts off like this.
Whatever, let's just get it fixed. I'm off in an hour and I'm not looking for any overtime.
I've been working too long.
So trying to be very careful to just like avoid aggroing these guys for as long as I possibly can, because once you aggro them, that's when the smallpox bomb is armed and you only have a minute to get to it and shut it off. But you also have to kill them before then. All of them are just like up there on that part of the catwalk up there.
There's nothing here.
So we're just gonna wait.
There's somebody there.
To go up there. Not gonna get in any direct light. We're just gonna shoot out as many lights as we can.
Maybe I was seeing things.
Yeah, we gotta take it nice and slow. Shoot out all the lights.
I think I see something.
Albuquerque.
How did that happen? I don't think that's a good thing.
What is that? There's nothing here. Maybe I was seeing things. What the hell? That's not good.
There's only a few spotlights that we cannot destroy. But I'm still trying to destroy these anyway, just to stop the light bleed from happening. The spotlight type lights though cannot be destroyed. Or at least these ones can't. Once we've climbed up here, that's when the timer starts going off. If the timer hadn't gone off yet. Yep, invisible wall, like I said. So then zapped these guys, and then we'll just dispatch Soth with a headshot. take these guys out, and that's been Splinter Cell Pandora tomorrow.
Phenomenal work, Fisher. But don't slow down. We're only
No damage, no alarms, no kills, asterisk.
ND-133.
I've got the box. We still have 11 minutes on the timer.
Damn. That's 5 less than we were counting on. Even by Osprey, we couldn't get it safely out of LA city limits. We need something to seal it in.
It would have to be reinforced steel to withstand the force of decompression.
We'll evacuate the airport. That should keep casualties below 1,000. Fisher, maybe you can get low fast. If the box decompresses inside some kind of containment in the basement, we may be able to get casualties down to the dozens.
I've got a better idea.
Yeah. If the game gives you the opportunity to kill things, just kill them. Trust me. Alright? Not killing things in this game, not fun. Anyhow, if you like this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. I also have no damage playthroughs of the original Splinter Cell, both the PC and the PS2 versions, as well as no damage runs of a lot of different games. Planning on doing more Splinter Cell, more stealth games, more immersion sims, but mostly do survival horror. Go to my channel, go through my playlists, check them out. Also check out my Twitch channel at twitch.tv/CarcinogenSDA. You can also check me out on TikTok and Twitter at CarcinogenSDA. And if you want to join the community, you can do so on the Discord server at discord.gg/CarcinogenSDA. That's where all the cool kids hang out. It's also where you get going live notifications for my stream. I do @ everyone before I go live. in the coming weeks or months, I will be doing a Resident Evil Code Veronica No Save, No Damage pretty soon as well. Maybe some other Splinter Cell. I don't know. We'll find out. Depends on how I feel. Also, if you wish to support my bad challenge run habit, you can do so on my Patreon at patreon.com/CarcinogenSDA. For as little as $1 a month, you get early access to all my videos. Ad-free. And if there's any modifications that I have to make in order to conform to YouTube's content guidelines, the uncensored versions of those videos will also be on Patreon as well. That's it. Thank you all for watching. See you all next video. Bye for now.